So I was just very like, oh my God, my babies are. And she was like, oh, they're my babies too.
She's like, okay.
You can't get the staff. You cannot. The staff is as impossible to get.
So that guy running his mouth is Lewis. And on the left there, that's me. I'm Hannah. Oh, and behind the camera is Alex. So how did I end up here? Well, I've always been obsessed with pets, ever since I was little. And now myself and the ManyPets team are on a mission to build the ultimate guide to all things pet parent related.
Let's talk about stuff.
So,
we live in a time when more people have pets than kids in the US. But for those of us planning to have both, it can be a nerve-wracking experience introducing our pets to our babies. We met up with Natasha in Atlanta, who introduced not just one, but 2 human babies to her fur baby, which basically makes her the expert.
So I have twin girls. They are 6 months, almost 6 months old.
that sounds like a handful.
No, 2 handfuls. And also I have a little dog. Her name is Nyla. She's 8 years old. She is a Shih-Poo, poodle Shih Tzu. She loves the babies.
Aww.
She's their protector. At first, she was very nervous. Say hi to the girls, Mama. You scared? They're making noise, huh? You're like, what's this? She was just like, I see the delicacy, and I'm just gonna step back.
They can sense it, right?
Yeah, I think that dogs can like sense that there's a vulnerability happening there.
Studies have shown that babies can benefit in a lot of ways from dogs, from better resistance to allergies to potentially better social interactions.
Nyla was so quickly protective over your babies.
Yeah.
Were you nervous leading up to that? Were you like wondering what could happen?
Well, not really, because I know Nyla is just like a sweet dog, but I did have her like smell their blankets like before they came home.
Smart.
Recent studies have shown that dogs' noses can even detect emotional states in humans, like stress or happiness.
I am so curious because I have a cat right now. I will at some point get a dog, and I definitely want to have kids. So sometimes I'm thinking, well, what happens if I have a baby and they pull on Mowgli's tail and then he scratches them or something? Or like, is there a risk of like suffocating the baby? Like if he sleeps on their face or something? Are any of these things worries that you had?
Yeah, those are things that you would definitely have as a new parent, just worries about things that your animal may do and that your kid may do to cause your animal some sort of crazy reaction.
Mm-hmm. Do you have tips for an expecting mother who has pets at home?
So some of the things I did with Nyla, along with the blanket, you know, letting her smell, is throughout my pregnancy, I just started pulling on her ears, started pulling on her fur.
Trying to prepare her for some of those physical sensations that like might come with young kids.
I think another thing that I did as well is I played a lot of like baby crying sounds for Nyla, so that way she can get used to that noise.
This is actually a thing, often referred to as emotional contagion. Dogs and humans show a similar psychological response to babies crying.
When did you start to see a connection between the babies and Nyla?
I want to say by the next day. I guess she picked up on my love for them and my protection of them, and she was like, okay, so I do this too now.
That's a good point. Like she's taking cues from you and your body language and everything.
Yeah.
This is 100% it. There are no studies showing that dogs will naturally treat a baby with more tenderness. They do seem to take cues from their owners.
Was there a moment where you felt like the babies started to recognize and understand the pet?
Yeah, that only happened, I want to say, maybe 2 weeks ago. That they really started to be like, oh, she's cute.
We actually have a ManyPets video dedicated to this topic.
Here are our top tips for introducing your kids to dogs.
If you want to learn more dog-specific tips, head on over to the link in our bio.